I'm White Schnee, and I vow to make Vale great again. Okay, I need to stop. But dang, right off the bat, man. Looking at someone's psyche sometimes is not a pretty thing, man. You see this world that Weiss imagines to be in, and you don't like it. It's boring, it's uncreative. Everything's nice, and tight and neat. And of course, no fondness allowed. But then you gotta question yourself, despite how you hate this world, any ideal can come off good and even bring some contribution, whether you like that ideal or not. In White's world, it may seem everything's in order, and this is the true meaning of order. You probably have a curfew, you can't do whatever you want, but since you have a curfew, there's less crimes going on, there's more patrols going on, so therefore, there's no one's getting broken into, no one's gonna get mugged or jacked because everyone's inside. And you can look at it that way. And then, of course, there's the thing where there's no fondness going on. And, of course, that is wrong. But then again, within that kind of civilization, which I was once told, when you think about it through a different perspective, despite how you may think it's wrong, and it is wrong, but because these certain aspects aren't allowed within their civilization, there's no conflict, there's no hate, no one's getting hurt. So imagine you have an outsized source coming in into the spectrum, and whether you like it or you don't like it, it can still cause confusion and conflict among the masses. So, say you are in a town full of bearded people, and as someone such as myself goes to that town, I just want to be there just to be there. Don't know why I'm there, and they don't like me. So terrible things are happening to me every day, and I leave the town. Everything's back to the way it was. I'm no longer being hurt. They're back to being, them. Despite how wrong it may be, I caused the problem myself of being there. Of course, we're trying to create a civilization where it doesn't have to be that way. The problem is that, how hard we push into the generation, there'll always be some sort of discrimination that's going to happen, whether you see that thing on the good side or the bad side. Some civilization needs something to hate in order to feel good about itself. A balance, you would say. And that goes for everybody, not just me, not just the people you don't like. It even goes for you yourself. There's always going to be that sort of discrimination that every person's going to have. Why does this come from her childhood, as I said in the last video, where she herself grows up not knowing what the enemy truly is, but only through the perspective of the people around her. People gone missing, the family seems distressed, unhappy, the father is always yelling, it's another white fang attack happened around the area where another train's being taken down. So, and everyone is scared. Being that said child, you see it through that perspective, and you're going to be like, oh man, these people are terrible, terrible things. And we think that of everything as we group in everyone. Even though you shouldn't group in everyone is guilty of that. They are. Say, I want to go a little touchy here. Yeah, it's going to be a little touchy here. Let's group in Nazis. Oh yeah. You see them as all bad and terrible people. But what if some are just following orders? What if some feel guilty? There are even some that did dispatched from the Nazi group themselves. They were all not the same. Same thing with the other communities, the KKK. Some didn't feel like doing what they're doing was right. Some had a different way of doing things. Same thing with the white fang. Some believed in taking progressive, talkative, negotiable moments to make peace, while others feel like taking that peace for their own by being more aggressive than anything. Being attacked, always taking tactics of harming their enemies. They're in the same group, but they have different ideals. So there's a difference. But whites didn't get to see that. Whites only got to see the one side, the aggressiveness side. They didn't see the ones, the faunus that are suffering, the faunus that aren't doing well, or the ones that be able to make negotiations and peace. She's only hearing about the ones that are attacking. So through Wise's psyche, she sees the Faunus as terrible people. So in a way, her bigotry isn't her fault. It's not like she chose to be this. She grew up as this because this is what she was raised by everything that's going on around her. Now, with that being said, she also has her expectations on her, as I said from last video as well. The father is a statue, has a big impact in her life. The little brother is a little snitch that goes around telling. The sister is a book that judges, and mom is just a shadow on the wall. It's just constantly laughing, because I guess that's all she's ever seen her mom do, was drink and laugh and just not take life seriously. And I bet in the past, the mom was probably something great until she got married, and then things just went downhill from there. And that's how it all came to be with Wise's life. She feels like she has to be the one to set things right, set things straight, while having this pressure on her shoulders. So this is why we have the Ice Queendom. Now, we have Team RWBY as a whole going in. RWBY having the first gaze of Wise's world and seeing how things are just awkward. Now we have Blake and Yang in this world as well too. And Blake and Yang are great advisors. Sometimes you can be a leader, but it doesn't mean you can have the common sense or the smarts. RWBY got into that world and she's constantly using her coins to get herself in situations and not thinking before she acts. But she is young, despite how skillful she is. She is still inexperienced. So she has people like Blake and Yang to be her advisors, to teach her. RWBY may bring the group together, but she doesn't know how to do the thinking and stuff. But because of that, you have her older sister and Blake to do that stuff. Blake is good at sneaking around and scouting an area, and Yang, besides being strong, and give RWBY some guidance, while also being very familiar with RWBY's weaknesses and teach her some strengths. So there you go. So RWBY would use her coins where Blake and Yang told her not to use the coins up. Think of a different way to do things. So, and with this episode, they've only used 2 coins, even though they have 12. Where RWBY pretty much almost used all her coins in one episode. So it proves that RWBY needs her team in order to do things. She can't do it herself. She wanted to do that in the first place. She said as a leader it should be her responsibility, but as a team it's everyone's responsibility. You're only strong as your weakest link, after all. So they go in, we can see Team Juniper, and for some reason it's different from last episode where we saw them as barking animals. This time we see, out of nowhere, just Pyrrha singing, doing a pretty good job at it, wearing a gorgeous outfit, by the way. That outfit was just scrumptious. It was a nice, beautiful outfit, a nice design. I hope they make some figurines for this show. You know, we get that nice, beautiful white figurine. I'll put in a nice little case, and I'll have a nice red light around it. And I'll have petal stickers, rose petal stickers around it for her. That would be beautiful. Probably what happened, but that's the power of XC, by the way. So besides that random scene that we have, they decide themselves to get captured to go into the inners of the tower. But even then, Wise suspects that, you know, there are some things Wise did cherish, like how the jail looked like the dorms, and there was the bunk beds, and even the relics they caught from their first exam with each other. So there were some things Wise did cherish with her team. But of course, her responsibilities as being a Schnee outweighs in her own dreams. So there's that. So it looks like we're about to have a little showdown with Weiss. Weiss is strong. This is in her head. This is how strong she sees herself to be. That she has to be for the sake of her kingdom. She has to be that strong, cold-hearted, strict person in order to do that. Now, I am liking the Weiss design. Like I said, I hope they make figurines of these character designs. They are really nice. Despite my figurine addiction is just getting worse, I still can use some more. So anyway, that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrownxox on Anime. Signing out.